Today I've got Jermaine Andre, U.S. Martial Arts Hall of Fame, two-time world champion, UFC vet, and empowerment coach. How you doing, Jermaine?
Fantastic. Just finished my workout, so I can't complain.
There you go. So let's talk about what's it called? Assault stop. Let's talk about assault stop.
Sure. Well,
So first of all, is this legal for kids to use?
yes, it is. Assault stop is very legal because what happens with assault stop is I'm teaching them how to stop attacks, how to restrain and subdue a person who is physically attacking them. So this is 100% legal. They are not hitting back, they are not fighting back, so it cannot even be considered as fighting.
So why did you create this?
Well, I noticed I did, I have an anti-bully program, and one of the things I was noticing that a lot of the kids who have good behavior, who are focused on their academics and things like that, they're getting bullied by the kids who aren't concerned about their academics. So then what you have when these zero tolerance fight policies came out, where anybody gets in a fight, both people get suspended or expelled, whichever it is. What that does, that kind of empowers the bullies to pick on those who are concerned about their academics and eventually lead to a fight. So now, don't get me wrong, I understand zero tolerance fight policies and they make sense. The administration and the principals and the law cannot tell kids, hey, hit them back. Back when we were coming up as kids, that's how it was. Who started it and hit them back if they hit you? Whoever hit first got in trouble. Well, now with lawsuits and everything, and enraged parents, the schools are under a lot more pressure. They got their hands tied behind their backs, so they're doing what they can to control this and saying, "Hey, no fighting at all." Well, however, to me, you're leaving these kids who aren't, who don't, drink dad's beer at home and are not going to get in trouble for getting into a fight. You got some kids who won't get in trouble for bullying, and they starting these fights in school. And the kid who will get into trouble, all he's saying is, "Okay, how do I protect myself? I have nothing to protect myself from if he decides today he wants to pound my face in." And a lot of people don't understand that, when I teach martial arts self-defense, I teach law enforcement, everybody, and any kind of strike to the head is considered deadly force. That's lethal force. Because the brain can hit the skull, a person can fall unconscious, hit their head, and they can do really, really serious damage. So legally, that is serious. So when these kids attack each other, they're punching for the face. There's never a bully who's going just to punch somebody in the stomach. We see that on TV, and that's a cartoon stuff. They're going for that head. They're hitting these kids in the head and stomping on their heads and all this. And this kid has no way of protecting themselves. And just that one amount of hesitation of saying, well, I don't want to get suspended. Bow, you hit. Well, I don't want to get suspended. Now, next thing you know, this kid's got brain damage. That shows up 10 years later when he's trying to do something, trying to drive a construction truck or anything like that. It's really serious. So assault stop gives them something to defend themselves where it's effective and they protect themselves without having to worry about being suspended. It's great for the school. It's great. It protects the school. It protects the parents, protects liability and all that type of stuff. That's the reason I had to arm these kids who are trying to do the right thing with something against the kids who are trying to do the wrong thing.
So has this ever been tested or proven?
Oh, yes. First of all, I have taught it before. As a matter of fact, it used to be called Andre's Modern Defense, and I actually have some old videos of it, but they're on DVD. So I don't know where they're buried at, but at Andre's MMA Academy, I train all my kids in this program. And what it pretty much is this is what you say. If you watch the UFC, you watch Ultimate Fighting, MMA fighting, cage fighting, you'll notice the certain defenses that we use to protect ourselves from these high-powered, lethal striking and lethal takedown of our opponents. All right, and that's what this is. All the things we use for defense to stop from being hurt by our opponent is what I'm giving to these children. So you can see it getting tested daily. It's also what I teach to law enforcement, is what I teach to teachers, is what I teach to everybody. Even my MMA black belt program, that's the main thing that you learn is to defend yourself first. Before you're going to start attacking, you got to be able to stop what they're trying to do to you. So this is high pressure tested, high pressure proven, internationally proven techniques that I'm passing down to these kids.
So how does someone get involved?
Oh, they can hit me up and go to jamma.pro. You can call me at 314-536-4963. And it's best to text me because I am a teacher, so I can't answer the phone. And I do have an assistant, but she's always assisting me, and I work her to death. So we don't ask, just leave a message. I'm interested in assault stop, and this way I'm doing ages 10 to 17, and we'll set up workshops. We can come to schools. I have a dojo in Richmond Heights. You can bring, 4 to 6 people here. If there is a kid that's an emergency for, I will do a private lesson for them. They get the first workshop. It is free. This is free. I'm doing my best to try to give this out because it's more important for these kids to have this than anything.
I'm speaking with Jermaine Andre, U.S. Martial Arts Hall of Fame, two-time world champion, UFC vet, empowerment coach. We've been talking about Assault Stop, the program that he has. And one more time, where can we go to get more information?
You go to www.jamma.pro, okay, and look on there at the specialty workshop. Scroll down, you'll see Assault Stop. And you can also just shoot me a text at 314-536-4963.
Jermaine Andre, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. Thank you.
Thank you.